Today, we journey deep into the secretive heart of the Vatican, traveling back to the 9th century to confront one of the most shocking, persistent, and scandalous secrets that the Catholic Church ever tried to suppress. We are investigating the enduring legend of Pope Joan, the brilliant and extraordinary woman who, according to centuries of tradition, disguised herself as a man to ascend through the church hierarchy and ultimately rule the entire Catholic world as Pope. Her story is not just a tale of ambition and intellect, but a narrative that challenged the very foundations of medieval religious authority. Grab your coffee. We are decoding the medieval mystery of the woman who allegedly held the keys of St. Peter and the extraordinary lengths to which the Church went to erase her from history. The story of Pope Joan is a narrative of exceptional intelligence, extraordinary ambition, and a dramatic, tragic climax. The most detailed account comes from the 13th century Dominican chronicler Martin of Opava, whose writings laid the foundation for the legend. According to Opava and other medieval sources, Joan was born either in England or, in alternative accounts, in Mainz, Germany. From an early age, her intellectual gifts were apparent, but she was constrained by the rigid gender norms of the 9th century, which barred women from education and any significant position within the Church. Determined to pursue knowledge and power, Joan made a life-altering decision. She disguised herself as a male scholar, adopting the name Johannes Anglicus, which means John the Englishman. This assumed identity allowed her to navigate the male-dominated world of medieval scholarship. In an era when wandering scholars could rise quickly if talented enough, Joan's genius opened doors that would otherwise have remained forever closed. She traveled widely, studying in centers of learning such as Athens, mastering philosophy, theology, astronomy, and science fields of knowledge that were rare and fiercely guarded during the early Middle Ages. Her intellect and charisma became her tools of survival and advancement. Her growing reputation eventually brought her to Rome, the epicenter of ecclesiastical power. With her profound knowledge and uncanny ability to navigate church politics, she quickly ascended through the ranks of the papal curia. She served as a notary, a theologian, and later, according to legend, as a cardinal, impressing popes and princes alike with her wisdom and decisive judgment. When Pope Leo IV died in 855 AD, Joan's flawless public persona and intellectual merit reportedly led the College of Cardinals to unanimously elect her as his successor. She was crowned Pope, taking the papal name John VIII, or, according to some accounts, John VII. For 2 years, 5 months, and 4 days, Pope Joan is said to have ruled the Catholic world. During this time, she presided over synods, appointed bishops, enacted decrees, and maintained the delicate balance of church politics, all while keeping the ultimate secret of her identity. Chroniclers describe her reign as competent, effective, and stable, a testament to her remarkable intelligence and political skill. The dramatic and scandalous climax of Joan's life came during a public procession near the Basilica of St. John Lateran in Rome. Medieval accounts claim that while riding through the crowded streets, the Pope suddenly suffered an agonizing and undeniable event. She gave birth in the midst of the public, revealing her secret to the world in the most shocking fashion imaginable. According to legend, the crowd was horrified, the papal entourage panicked, and the revelation threatened to bring the church itself to ruin. Joan was either immediately executed by the mob, stoned in the street, or succumbed to the trauma and humiliation shortly after the event. Her papacy ended in chaos, infamy, and secrecy. The discovery of a female pope, if true, represented a catastrophic challenge to the authority of the Catholic Church. It demonstrated that a woman had successfully infiltrated the all-male priesthood and had deceived the entire College of Cardinals, exposing the papacy to unprecedented ridicule. The existence of such a figure was considered too dangerous and destabilizing to acknowledge openly, and the Church responded with immediate and systematic suppression. The official cover-up involved multiple layers. 1. Erasing the records. Later, papal chroniclers were allegedly instructed to remove any references to Pope Joan from official texts such as the Liber Pontificalis, the Book of Popes, effectively erasing her from the historical record. 2. Renaming the Pope. The tenure of a later male Pope, John VIII, was extended in official accounts to cover the gap left by Joan's brief and scandalous papacy. 3. The Sella Stercoraria. A curious tradition emerged involving a ceremonial papal throne known as the Sella Stercoraria, a chair with a central hole. Its supposed purpose was to verify the gender of each new pope, ensuring no repeat of the scandal. While the historical use of these chairs is documented, the legend surrounding their connection to Pope Joan became a persistent and widely circulated narrative. 4. Altering the procession route. The Church reportedly changed the route of future papal processions to avoid the infamous street where Joan's secret was allegedly revealed, permanently marking the location of the event in silence. Today, the official stance of the Vatican is that Pope Joan is entirely mythical, a legend fueled by anti-Catholic sentiment, political enemies, or later Protestant reformers. Indeed, historical verification of a female pope during the 9th century is complicated by the lack of independent records and the compressed chronology of the era. However, the persistence of the legend for centuries, accepted in official chronicles, religious texts, and popular storytelling, raises intriguing questions. The Church's extreme measures to prevent the recurrence of a similar incident, the widespread inclusion of the tale in medieval literature, and the symbolic practices such as the Sella Stercoraria suggest that at the very least, a scandalous event occurred that threatened to destabilize the authority of the papacy. Whether literal or allegorical, the legend points to a hidden truth that the medieval church deemed far too dangerous to preserve in the open. Today, the official stance of the Vatican is that Pope Joan is entirely mythical, a legend fueled by anti-Catholic sentiment, political enemies, or later Protestant reformers. Indeed, historical verification of a female pope during the 9th century is complicated by the lack of independent records and the compressed chronology of the era. However, the persistence of the legend for centuries, accepted in official chronicles, religious texts, and popular storytelling, raises intriguing questions. The Church's extreme measures to prevent the recurrence of a similar incident, the widespread inclusion of the tale in medieval literature, and the symbolic practices such as the cella stercoraria, suggest that at the very least, a scandalous event occurred that threatened to destabilize the authority of the papacy. Whether literal or allegorical, the legend points to a hidden truth that the medieval church deemed far too dangerous to preserve in the open. The story of Pope Joan remains one of history's most compelling examples of a hidden life that challenged a vast and powerful institution, whether she existed as a real historical figure or as a manifestation of medieval fears about gender, power, and knowledge. Her memory embodies the struggle to suppress forbidden knowledge and the enduring fascination of a truth that someone, somewhere, considered too dangerous to acknowledge. Do you believe Pope Joan was a real historical figure whose existence was deliberately erased by the Catholic Church? Or is she simply a centuries-old cautionary tale that warns against ambition and subversion in a patriarchal world? Keep questioning everything.